You talk about drafting a quarterback. I know it's really early, so obviously Lawrence, Fields, and I've been seeing. I mean, it's early for mocks and things like that, but
What,
the way
Trey Lance?
No, he looked horrible on Saturday. But the Kyle Trask really, Gov talks about him all the time. His accuracy, he really looks good, and the kid from BYU. Granted, the competition is not great. He looks pretty good, too. So teams, the Lions, might be able to get a good quarterback still, without completely tanking.
No, but see, all right. All right, Mike, you and I have had this conversation. I know John and I haven't. I'm a huge believer in this. And Doug always does this, and it drives me insane. And they do this stuff of, who could we take in the second round at quarterback? No. You either take one in the first round or you don't take one, period. I don't want to hear this. You're not Seattle. You're not going to get lucky and get Russell Wilson.
Right.
So just stop. You know what it ends up being? I went and did the deep dive on all of this. If you look at all the quarterbacks that were taken outside of the first round the last decade, it's an abyss of wasted draft capital, period. The Lions had an opportunity to take one last year with the number 3 overall pick. That was the time. Mike, if they miss out on these quarterbacks this year, they're effed. So you either go get one of the good ones.
Right.
Or that's it. I don't trust them. I don't trust them to do. I mean, everyone's going to be like, well, Lamar went into the first round. All right, well, A, it's still the first round. And B, Steve Bisciotti had to step in to do it. And then C, you had to have an organization that was capable and willing of flipping their entire offensive scheme, their entire philosophy, and competent enough to put players around Lamar to support him in what they were doing. Does that sound like anything we've experienced here?
No.
If they don't get one of the big boys, they're in big trouble.
Right,
that's just how I feel.
And in fairness, we have no idea who's going to be making that call. If things continue, hopefully it'll be somebody else who we don't even know about right now. All right.
But again, hold on, Mike. This is important, though, and I brought this up the other day, and I want your and John's opinion on this. This is real. Kenny Golladay right now, are you letting Bob Quinn pay him Julio Jones money, even though Quinn may not be here and you may do a hard factory reset? Or are you letting him walk away? Because there's really no in-between. These are the decisions that, we want Quinn fired right now, but a real owner would be stepping in and having some input here and deciding what needs to happen. I think it's incredibly dangerous right now, the path they're going down.
Right, yeah. Well, she has to figure out, or we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, whether he's going to be here or not. And as far as Golladay goes, if they determine that they can't get this contract signed, I don't know what you can get for him at the deadline. I mean, Golden Tate, but he's better than Golden Tate was when they traded him.
Yeah,
that was a third round pick. If you can get a second for him, maybe you do it. But
John, what do? You pay him $20 million in a team that's going to be rebuilding, or you try to spin him off for some picks?
Well, you got to spin them off for picks, and hopefully that those picks are good enough that whoever is next can put some pieces around, again, whoever is next at the quarterback position.
Yeah, there's no disagreement. You know what my fear is? That they end up being really bad. Let's say they end up – I don't think they will, by the way. I think as long as Stafford's healthy, they're going to win 5 or 6 games, which you're not getting Lawrence. You're not getting Fields. I think that honestly, they will do what the Giants did, and it'll be a death nail to the organization. They will only interview people that will keep Stafford as quarterback. They will only hire a coach that will keep Stafford as quarterback. They will pull the Eli. They'll do exactly what John Mara and the Giants did, and you've seen where it's put my franchise.
Yeah,
you can't do stuff like that. You got to hire the best football people for the job. Hire smart people. Let them be smart. I'm telling you, there's some kind of cosmic force here with Stafford. And it's because they've never had a good quarterback, and Stafford's the best they've ever had. But it's done. It's 12 years. He's a good dude. He's great in the community. He's a good player. But he's not great, and it's – dude, you've had 12 years. You got to move on.
It's time. All right.
I'm terrified that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I have this ridiculous blind faith that because, I don't know, she's still older than me, but because she's younger and has suffered her whole life being a Lion fan, that they're going to hire the right person. I don't know, because that's all it takes.
Well,
all they have to do is hire the one person, and they've gotten it wrong every single time, so maybe this time she'll know what she's doing.